Aloha, I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. Waiting on Tommy Reese to come up to the mic, speak on ShedeurSanders, the offense as a whole, what he thought ShedeurSanders did well, other players. My ask is that you hit the thumbs up button when you tap into the content. Please drop your comments, good, bad, or indifferent.
All right, ready to roll?
Wrap up Shedeur's game, what did you think of his performance?
Yeah, started really strong. I think positives wise, we knew coverage wise how they play. There was going to be some opportunities to create with your legs when they're matching as much as they do in too high. Thought he did a really nice job there on a number of occasions. Was good in the pocket when he needed to escape. And then some of the action game when they were playing too high and matching coverage, either finding Q or finding guys underneath to keep the sticks efficient, was really a positive for him. I thought he felt, very comfortable throughout the game. Had a little bit of miscommunication on the first interception, and then just situationally aware on the second one of kind of how they're playing it, and just gain a zero there is a good play, and let's move on to the next. But thought it was a step in the right direction. There's always, with a young quarterback, every new moment he gets is a new learning opportunity, and we talk about that. We talked about that on Monday, like situation at the end of the game, and just all those different opportunities to learn and grow from and teach off of, to help all these young guys as they continue to go in their careers.
The low average depth of target for Shedeur.
I can't hear you.
Sorry, I wanted to ask you specifically about the low average depth of target for Shedeur in that game.
Yeah.
Normally, we grown accustomed to seeing him, really pushing the ball downfield. But is that a game, like you said, like where you reviewed the film the day after and you're like, okay, we were pleased with the way you handled the coverage that
Buffalo was, I think, first or second in the league in early down passing. Like first, second down pass defense, they were first or second in the league, and they put a lot of emphasis on their pass defense. They play a lot of too high coverage. They keep things top down by design. So, you're going to have to pick your spots to get the ball down the field. And, you call plays that the intent is to go down the field, and they play a coverage like we talked about a week ago where they dictate where the ball goes. And I thought his decision-making in those moments was really good and what you want. We had the one at Q that got us down to the 4-yard line. I think it was a gain of 16 when you check it down. We had another one on 2nd and 8 that got us 9 and got us a first down. Like, those are plays that keep you on schedule. We've talked about that all year, getting out of 3rd and long. Those are plays that keep you on schedule and allow us to have success on 3rd down. So, and then there's times throughout the game, there might be a couple of reps here or there where, hey, they're giving us a coverage where we can't attack it. Now let's go attack it. So pleased with how he made his decisions, pleased with kind of the way they were defending and finding ways to continue to move the sticks that way.
The first interception, Q1, did you say it was more timing than accuracy?
Yeah, I think just on timing, getting on the same page with how we want the route done versus that specific coverage, and just making sure that those guys see it the same way to make sure that we are executing in that moment.
Obviously, on the field is the best experience, but how much does it benefit Shedeur going into this game that you guys have already gone over this opponent before? You played a game, and he had to prepare as kind of the backup for that game. How much does that help benefit him going into this start?
Yeah, I think it helps. The Steelers are not the same team as they were the first time we played them. Schematically, they're a little bit differently. Personnel-wise, they're a little bit different. Obviously, they have some new faces. They have some guys out. So there are some changes, but it certainly helps to know there's a familiarity with how they play, who their personnel is, how they set their front, the coverage tendencies they have. Like, there's certainly an advantage there for him to feel comfortable going into an opponent that we've prepared for and that we've watched film on for a week and that he's familiar with.
Is the schematic differences primarily because of DJ being out?
No, I think teams always kind of evolve throughout the year, right? Who you are in the middle of the year, early in the year is probably different than who you are down the stretch. And, they've done a nice job of finding new wrinkles, new complements, matching their wrinkles to who their personnel is. Obviously, Watt's a great player, and you got to account for him, but they have other guys that have been in and out or new guys on the team that, present different challenges.
You've seen his decision-making improve in the 5 starts he's made?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sunday was a great example of it, of finding opportunities to, let the play out against the defense that's called by them. I mean, I think when you look at a defensive structure, you have a play called, like, so much of the quarterback position is solving the problem and having the answer quickly. And you saw him process that information and get to his answers on time, which allowed us to be efficient.
As a coach, how do you navigate maybe like the ebbs and flows, the progression and regression from a rookie?
Your focus is so much on their development. Your focus is so much on the process of getting the best out of them every day. You really don't go through the emotional roller coaster. You just focus on the process. You don't focus on the result as much as, all right, are our eyes in the right spot? Are we doing the things that we've been coached to do or asked to do? And if you're doing that, then you're on the right direction, which our guys have done for us. The results haven't always been what we've wanted, but we really try to focus as much on the process as we do on the end result, which takes a lot of the emotion out of it. You're looking at it through a very specific lens.
Steps you'd like to see him take? He's only got 2 games left, so what are the next steps you'd like to see him take specifically against the Steelers, and does he have to worry a lot about the whole batted pass thing this game?
Yeah, I just think continue on the right progression that he's on right now. Continue to make good decisions. Continue to focus on the areas that we're asking him to do. Find ways to move the football. Find ways to score points. That's the quarterback's job. But to put expectations and put those on him, we're just looking for good progression and making sure that each week there's improvement. Each week we're building upon what we've done, and again, find ways to score points and move the ball.
Shedeur's talked a lot about the why, like really understanding the why he's making certain decisions. He talks about like that 4th and 2, where I think the Bills like rotated from cover 2 and they kind of bust somebody down. Just when you look at that 4th and 2 where he got sacked, what could have been different as a whole with that operation?
Yeah, I don't want to go into the specifics on the 4th and 2 schematically, but I do think for young players, especially at the quarterback position, as you can unravel the why behind things, it allows you to play faster. It allows you to solve problems quicker. It allows you to make decisions pre-snap. They presented a coverage, and there's a why there, and there's a way for each play that you call of like, hey, how can we simplify our thoughts as much as we can pre-snap so that we can play quickly? And I think that's the why that you're after all the time. And there's going to be times where the picture changes, and there's going to be times where you got to get to 2 or 3, but one of our constant goals in that quarterback room is, okay, if we call a play, this is what we're trying to attack, this is why we're designing it this way, and here's your counter if it doesn't go that way.
Especially the first half there with those long drives, did that feel like as good a rhythm as you guys have been in, even as a play caller? It seemed like a lot of stuff was working for you. It felt good, like you're staying efficient, you're staying ahead of the sticks, you have a good balance, run, pass, screen, getting the ball on the perimeter, a good blend in the run game, guys touching the ball. That's the rhythm you want. You can put together those drives. I think the team can feel that, feed off of that. There's been a couple other games or sequences within games where we felt that. We had a really long drive, second drive against the Jets maybe, where it felt that way. We had a really good one earlier in the year, like the start of second half, maybe against Minnesota coming out of that halftime, where you just kind of feel like things are in sequence. The opening drive against Detroit felt that way. I mean, there's specific moments where you just feel like, all right, the rhythm's there, the guys are moving and operating the way we've asked them to. They're doing a nice job on the field. So, we want to build off that. We want to build off the confidence of that. We talk so much about the process and not the result. Those are the things that we talk about. Like, allow our process to yield those results. Allow our process to get us into that rhythm. Allow that to build confidence with our players so that they can, this week take another step in the right direction.
The Steelers' pass defense, what are some of those kind of areas of emphasis that can help create that rhythm in the pass game for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it starts with our ability to protect, which I thought our protection Sunday was excellent for the majority of the game. There's a lot of times we're in our actions and, we have plenty of time back there. You look at this team, who they've been over the past however many years, it starts for them up front, so it needs to start with us up front. Our ability to protect the passer is going to be critical, and that's the quarterback, that's the tight ends, that's the receivers getting open, that's the backs in protection, and then obviously the O-line. But protection against this group is everybody. It's getting open on time. It's playing on time. It's everybody that's part of the core being in protection. So, that'll allow us to have a chance in the passing game.
There have been like individual series that have gone really well in different games. What's preventing the offense from putting more of those together in a game?
Yeah, I mean, I think within each game you've had moments where you feel like the flow is right where it wants to be, and there's sometimes series after series it feels that way, and you come up with a field goal instead of a touchdown, and we just again want to look at our process, and then in those critical moments want to execute at the highest level.
How do you adjust without having coach on?
Yeah, we got a good group of guys in that room. We have trust in those players. I thought both Rocket and Trey came in and did a really nice job. Obviously Malachi and IB contributed in the run game as well, although IB's was 0 catches for 21 yards, which is a bizarre stat. But we have a lot of trust and confidence in that group. Q's a great player. We're going to miss him, and he's provided a lot for us. But we have, trust in the group we have. We're going to continue to find their strengths and try to highlight those. And, we'll see how this week goes with the other backs and getting them back here. But, those guys came in that second half and did a really nice job for us. And critical third down conversions. We got a 9-yard run. We got an 8-yard run from the 9-yard line. Like really big moments, for those guys. And they were well prepared. So, Deuce did a great job with them during the week, getting them ready to play. Cool. Thanks, guys. Merry Christmas.
All right, y'all. I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. We just heard Tommy Reese speak on the overall offense and how it's been attempting to overcome their obstacles with all their injured players. He spoke on ShedeurSanders. Again, I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. I just need to make a service announcement. All my live content and live collaborations in 2026, I already launched my new channel. The channel link is in the comments. I'm asking that all that have subscribed to Premier Sports Talk for the live content and the collaborations, please go in the comments, click on the link, and subscribe there. The YouTube algorithm will not allow you to go live, not unless you have 50 subscribers. I wanted to go live by Sunday, but that's been challenging. I have over 3,700 subscribers, and I'm trying to tap into all those who supported Premier Sports Talk that like the live content and any collaboration that I do. I need to transfer all my live content and live collaborations on the new channel, which is called Premier Sports Media for You. Again, at Premier Sports Media with the letter U for you. In the comments at the very top, it has the link for you all to tap into the channel. Now, Tommy Reese spoke very highly of ShedeurSanders. He said he's been progressing. He's been picking up what they've been asking him to do. There's been a lot of goalposts moved on ShedeurSanders. It never ends. It never ends. It never ends. If it ain't one thing, it's another. It's a damned if he does and damned if he don't situation. They want to spin the narrative that he can't, move to protection. He can't throw the ball quick enough. He doesn't know how to read the defense. He can't throw the ball down deep. He can't run. And all he's done was proved himself right and proved everybody's wrong. He throws a beautiful deep ball. He scrambled like crazy in the game against the Bills. His stats, a matter of fact, outshine Josh Allen. His overall stats, completion rating, yards for the whole game was better than Josh Allen, but yet the narrative up there is that ShedeurSanders is not an NFL quarterback. They must be blind like DMC. They must be wearing sunglasses because they cannot see. But I just wanted to drop this live content. Wish you all a happy holiday. Thanks for blessing Premier Sports Talk. Again, all my live content will be on my new channel at Premier Sports Media for You. I just need y'all to tap in over there. All my people that bless Premier Sports Talk. This particular channel is going to be strictly for short feed content and any type of music created video drops that I do. Over 80% of my subscribers on this channel subscribe for the short video feed content, and I'm moving on to bigger and better things to do my live collaborations and extended live videos and in person on camera with other sports creators. Again, it's in the comments. Please click on the link there at Premier Sports Video for you, Premier Sports Video for you. I'll be coming on a couple times live before the Sunday game for the Bills and for the Steelers against the Browns. Looking forward to that. Big time rivalry. Big time rivalry. Thank you for being a blessing. I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. May you have a joyous holiday season. And most importantly, be a blessing to someone else. And don't forget, hit that thumbs up. Drop your comments, good, bad, or indifferent. And most importantly, tap into the link in the comments to the new channel at Premier Sports for you so you can join me in 2026 for all my live, face-to-face collaborations and video content.